네, 시청자 여러분 안녕하십니까? 크립토인사이트 진행을 맡은 김세영입니다. 자, 오늘은 XR과 그리고 3D 인터넷의 가능성을 실제 서비스로 확장하고 있는 이 블록체인 기반 탈중앙화 GPU 네트워크 마와리를 소개하도록 하겠습니다. 이 마와리는 고품질 3D 컨텐츠를 실시간으로 스트리밍하고요. 기존 클라우드가 넘기 어려웠던 한계를 뛰어넘고 누구나 몰입형 XR 경험에 접근할 수 있는 그런 환경을 만들어 가고 있다고 합니다. 오늘은 이 마와리의 CEO 루이스 오스카 라미레즈를 모시고 직접 이야기 들어보도록 하겠습니다. So, hi, Louis. It's such a pleasure to have you on the show today. Would you briefly introduce yourself to the viewers?
Sure. 안녕하세요. 저 마와리 대표님 루이스입니다.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I speak a bit of Korean, but very little. So yes, I'm the founder CEO of Mawari. I started the company in 2017. Mawari focuses on solving the bottlenecks for XR streaming.
Okay. 네, 그럼 마와리 프로젝트와 CEO에 대해서 여쭙기 전에 이 XR과 몰입형 기술 시장의 일원이자 이 마와리 CEO로서 최근 XR과 블록체인 융합 기술 시장을 어떻게 보고 있는지부터 들어보겠습니다. So before we dive into Mawari project, I'd like to start with a broader question. As a key player in the XR and immersive technology space, and as the CEO of Mawari, how do you view the convergence of XR and blockchain technologies in the market right now?
Okay, so there, the market is starting to converge. Think about the movies. Like we have Minority Report, we have Ready Player One, Terminator, and others, in which we see all these technologies working together. Like we have the holograms, we have the AI, and humans interact with it seamlessly. So right now, AI is becoming almost part of our daily lives with ChatGPT. And this year, also Meta released the next generation of these glasses, right? In which we have an AR display. So very soon in 2026, I think we will start seeing the first signs of this intersection between the three technologies. And this is the problem that Mawari is solving.
네, 내년에는 이 XR과 블록체인 융합의 시장을 좀 더 업그레이드 될 것이다라고도 전망을 해주시고 있고요. 그렇다면은 이 마와리를 구축하고 이 실시간 몰입형 스트리밍 문제를 해결하기로 결심한 계기도 좀 들어봐야겠죠. So, what inspired you to build Mawari and tackle the problem of real-time immersive streaming?
Okay, so there are 2 points in my life that really inspired me to create a company.
Okay.
The first one, since I was a little kid, I experimented with new technology, and I tested a device called the Virtual Boy, which is from Nintendo. That was in the early 90s, so it was it changed my life. But then, as I mentioned, we started a company in 2017. Why we started Mawari in 2017? At that time, I was with my co-founder Takeo running a digital arts festival. It's called Mutec. This festival started in Montreal in 2001, I think, and we started in Japan in 2016. The main point of this festival is to experiment with audiovisual art and really push the boundaries of technology of what can be done with immersive technology. So at the time we saw that the people creating the content really wanted to create content for AR and VR, but it was too difficult. So it was not as simple as, grabbing an instrument, a guitar and playing. you needed to know programming, mathematics, a lot of very different skills.
Yeah.
And that's what inspired us to create Mawari. We understood, okay, so from this point onwards, media will become frameless. What do we mean by that? Today, we still watch media inside a box, right? A TV,
Yeah.
your phone, somewhere else. But that media will come to your eyes, and it will be the environment around you once you wear the glasses.
Yeah.
So we are in this transition from frame to frameless media, and there is no exact standards. There are no tools. There are many things that still need to be solved. So we really got inspired by that and say, okay, we need to help this new media to come to this world, and we created Mawari.
그 처음에 VR을 체험할 수 있는 페스티벌에 가서 처음 이제 경험을 해봤다고 하는데 그 AR과 VR을 위한 콘텐츠를 만들기 되게 복잡했기 때문에 그걸 좀 대중화에 성공하기 위해서 이 마와리를 좀 설립했다라고 좀 말씀해 주신 것 같아요. 그러면 마와리에 익숙하지 않은 분들을 위해서 좀 설명을 조금 더 들어보도록 하겠습니다. So for those who are not familiar with Mawari, could you explain the project in simple terms?
Sure. Okay. So let's imagine today you press play on Netflix, and within less than a second, you have a very high quality movie on your phone, on your TV, or many devices at the same time.
Right.
So that's the infrastructure that was built over 20 years to make the internet happen. But for 3D content and XR, that infrastructure doesn't exist yet.
Right.
So Mawari is building that infrastructure so that when you wear these glasses, you can just press play and also see holograms and see content as if you were watching Netflix.
그 VR과 XR 관련하는 콘텐츠를 그러니까 넷플릭스처럼 틀면 바로 나올 수 있게 그렇게 만드는 것이 목표다라고 좀 말씀을 해주신 것 같아요. 그럼 마와리가 이 XR과 AR 산업에서 해결하고자 하는 문제가 무엇일까요? So what core problems is Mawari trying to solve in the XR and AI industries?
Okay, so as this is new content, it's very different. So when we go from 2D to 3D, we need more compute.
Yeah.
And right now, as you know, even with AI, compute is a new problem. Before it was data transmission, but now the problem is to have enough compute. So we are distributing the compute close to end users so that they can have AI and 3D in real time.
네, 뭐 지연 시간도 사실은 좀 획기적으로 고치는 것도 필요해 보이는데 일단 좀 XR과 AI 콘텐츠를 좀 빠르게 전달하는 인프라도 갖추는 게 좀 핵심인 것 같습니다. 자, 그럼 마와리가 이 가디언 노드를 사용하는 독특한 아키텍처를 가지고 있다고 하는데 이게 뭔지 좀 들어볼게요. So Mawari has a unique DePIN architecture using Guardian nodes. It's quite difficult. How do these nodes work and what makes them different from traditional cloud rendering?
Okay, so think about, so right now the industry is still small, right?
Yeah.
Maybe in 3 to 5 years it will become mainstream, but today to build the scale that we have on the internet, maybe it costs $1 trillion. So, but everybody has a computer or a GPU at home. Some companies have many GPUs.
Yeah.
So think about Airbnb or Uber of orchestrating this compute power only when it's needed. So that's the first point of this unique architecture of DePIN. So instead of Mawari investing billions of dollars on a data center, we call everyone that has compute power please lend us your compute power and we'll pay you when we use it. So that's one of the biggest difference between traditional cloud and what we do, because it is a kind of like a crowdsourced network.
컴퓨팅 파워를 이미 갖고 있는 기업들에게 조금 빌린다, 이런 좀 개념인 것 같아요. 그러면은 이 대역폭 절감과 좀 특허를 강조하셨었던 것 같은데, 이 마와리가 몰입형 컴퓨팅에서 기술적 우위를 가지는 이유도 여쭤보겠습니다. So, what gives Mawari a technological advantage in immersive computing?
Okay, so there are a couple advantages. So one of them is we've been building this since 2017. So we actually created core technology, which is our 3D streaming technology that enables compression, 80% less bandwidth, and a way to efficiently distribute this compute and streaming on the edge. That's the other unique part of the architecture. So as we do it in DePIN, we have the servers close to the end user, so there's very low latency. That's also very essential for XR.
3D 스트리밍 관련해서 말씀해 주셨는데, 사실 이 시간적인 문제, 지연 문제가 제일 키포인트인 것 같아요. 이거를 조금 지연 문제를 조금 압축시켰다라고 말씀해 주시는 것 같아요. 네, 마와리는 이제 1,730만 달러를 투자받았다라고 들었는데요. 이런 최상위 투자자들이 프로젝트를 지원하게 됐던 계기도 한번 들어봐야겠죠. So Mawari has raised like 173 million. Is it right?
17.3.
17.3 million. Okay. For investors like 1KX or like Animoca Brands, Samsung Next, and Borderless Capital. What convinced those top-tier investors to back up your project?
Okay, so this is a very interesting question because we have a good combination of, like, we could call it Web 2 or more traditional investors, and we also have the Web 3. So we are one of these companies that actually, yes, mixes traditional business, which is XR, with Web3, which is blockchain. And that's one of the most attractive aspects for these two types of investors. Secondly, we started raising money after 6 years of building the technology. So, of course, we had proven that we can solve the problem. And we had existing clients when we started raising from them. So in a way, they invested in the team, the core technology, but also the industry that is going to grow to the multi-billion dollars very soon.
지금 XR 디바이스가 이제는 1억 대를 넘을 것이다 라는 전망이 나오고 있는데, 이 마와리가 차세대 3D 인터넷 채택에 물결해서 어떻게 대응하고 있는지도 좀 들어보겠습니다. So XR devices are like expected to surpass 100 million units soon, right? So how is Mawari responding to and preparing for this next wave of 3D internet adoption?
Okay, so yes, 100 million devices will be reached probably in 2 to 3 years. And this is why we're building the infrastructure now. So think about, again, the ChatGPT moment. When ChatGPT was released to the public, the surge of compute power was too big, but the data centers were ready for it. So it's going to be the same for XR. There will be a point in the future, very near future, in which just like we had Instagram, we had YouTube, like this killer application that becomes viral and everybody starts using. That's when the compute power for XR will surge, and there needs to be a network ready to tackle this problem. So this is what we're building in Mawari. So we are preparing this network for that future.
그렇죠. 처음에 이제 챗 GPT가 나왔을 때 그런 컴퓨팅 파워가 좀 많이 필요했었는데 데이터 센터들이 이런 문제를 해결했잖아요. 이런 XR이 또 보급이 된다면 이 마와리가 이 네트워크 부분에 있어서 조금 이렇게 사람들을 좀 끌어모으고 하드웨어 병목 현상을 좀 해소할 수 있겠다라는 방식으로 좀 말씀해 주신 것 같습니다. 지금 이제 한국이 게임과 XR 분야에서 좀 강력한 문화와 인프라를 가지고 있는 것으로 유명한데 이 마와리에게 한국 시장이 왜 중요한지도 좀 들어보겠습니다. So I've heard that Korea has a strong culture and infrastructure in gaming and XR, right? So why is the Korean market important to Mawari?
So Korea is very important for us for a couple of reasons. First of all, it is a very early adopter market of technology.
Yeah.
The Korean users like to experiment with new technology. Second, I think the culture is very used to virtual things. So, for example, let's think about K-pop demon hunters. So they are virtual singers, right?
Yeah.
Virtual artists. And through Mawari's technology, you will be able to meet them in person. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able. So this type of cultural and infrastructure points is what makes Korea a very important market for Mawari.
네, 한국은 사실 기술적으로 얼리 어댑터일 수도 있고 그리고 캐대헌처럼 그런 비주얼, 버추얼 애니메 캐릭터가 문화적으로 좀 많이 보급이 되어 있기 때문에 마와리에게 한국 시장이 좀 중요한 시장일 수 있다라고 말씀을 해주셨습니다. 그럼 이 마와리의 토큰 홀더나 좀 초기 서포터들이 몰입형 네트워크 성장으로부터 어떤 혜택을 받게 되는지도 좀 들어보겠습니다. Okay, so how will Mawari token holders or early supporters benefit from the growth of the immersive computing network?
Okay, so think about like NVIDIA. So when NVIDIA was very small, nobody thought it would become this big,
Yeah.
but now it's the backbone of AI, right?
Yes.
So it's very similar to Mawari. So we're building the infrastructure for the future. So it's a very good time to actually support this ecosystem that will grow to billions, if not trillions of dollars in the future.
그 엔비디아가 처음에 이제 설립되었을 때 이렇게 크게 될 줄 몰랐잖아요. 이렇게 그래서 초기 서포터들은 마와리를 조금 이렇게 서포트할 때 앞으로의 미래의 가치를 보고 좀 서포트를 한다라고 말씀해 주셨습니다. 네, 앞으로 그럼 2-3년 후에 마와리가 어디에 있을 것으로 보시는지 그 전망을 좀 들어보겠습니다. So where do you see Mawari in the next 2 or 3 years?
In the next 2 to 3 years, we'll be working with a lot of virtual artists. That's one of our main focus right now, working on the entertainment industry with virtual artists. And we'll be at the forefront of actually providing this content not only in Korea, Japan, the US, and globally.
뭐 엔터 쪽에 그런 버추얼 캐릭터들과 조금 협업하는 쪽으로 가는 게 좋을 것 같다라고 말씀을 해주셨고요. 그리고 지금은 이제 엔터 쪽에 마와리가 집중을 하고 있는데 앞으로 이 XR 기술을 어디에 쓸지에 대해서도 여쭤보겠습니다. So Mawari is now focusing on entertainment, right? So what is the future use of Mawari? Like, for example, educational purpose or like medical purpose?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now, basically, yes, we have virtual characters, and this is how you interact with XR through our technology. But think about like in the classroom, like kids wearing all glasses, and you can see like the solar system and in full 3D. It's much easier to experiment and explain lessons through 3D. Also from medical point of view, like surgeries, like virtual or remote surgeries, or for example, one use case that we're exploring in Japan is also instead of being a famous avatar, just like also a caretaker for old people can be a virtual avatar, right? So there are many different use cases in which this sense of presence or digital presence will take place in the future.
So what kind of like characters, like virtual characters are in Mawari? Like
Okay, so right now we're working with a couple companies. One of them is Brave Group. It's one of the biggest virtual YouTuber companies in the world. And we have so far onboarded 30 of their IP characters right now. So in 2026, you will be able to have a one-on-one interaction with these characters.
oh, it's like next year?
Yes.
오케이. 그럼 마지막으로 한국 웹3 그리고 VR, XR 커뮤니티에 전하고 싶은 메시지까지 좀 들어보겠습니다. Do you have any message you'd like to share with the Korean Web3 and XR community?
Sure. Well, thanks a lot for watching this, first of all. I think the inflection point of XR and AI is coming very soon. So yeah, you should watch the industry, and I'm happy to if you can support us. Thank you very much.
네, 오늘은 마와리가 구축하고 있는 이 차세대 XR 그리고 3D 인터넷 인프라에 대해서 깊이 있게 좀 들어보는 시간 가졌습니다. 이 탈중앙화 GPU 네트워크를 기반으로 해서 새로운 공간 컴퓨팅 시대를 열어가고 있다는 점 시청자 여러분들께도 큰 인사이트가 되셨길 바라겠습니다. 네, 루이스 오스카 라미레즈 CEO는 여기서 보내드리도록 할게요. So thank you so much for joining us on 크립토인사이트 today. We truly appreciate your time and valuable insights.
Thank you, and hello everyone.
네, 오늘 크립토인사이트에서 준비한 내용은 여기까지입니다. 저희는 다음 시간에도 더 깊이 있는 프로젝트들 들고 돌아오도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 저희 방송 끝까지 함께해 주신 여러분 고맙습니다.